What's up, guys? Welcome back to Keto Rewind. I'm Jess, and today's video is going to be basically like a 3-day summary of my fasting and eat days this week. So for those of you who are now just finding me, we are doing an alternate day fasting challenge for the month of October. I'll post the schedule right here on the screen. So currently today is Thursday, which is considered the day I'm going to break my fast. It's also an eat day, that kind of thing. So I wanted to give you a quick kind of rundown of what was going on in my head for the past 3 days. So I don't know about you, but I just was grumpy. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I was grumpy, I was mad, I was frustrated, and I didn't understand until today when it dawned on me what was going on here. So let me start back on Monday. So Monday I'm so busy, I wasn't really that hungry, but it was a fasting day, and overall by the end of the night I was hungry. I should say I was craving things. So obviously I fought through it. Tuesday shows up. It's an eat day. Yay, right? Well, I was so busy on Tuesday that I didn't really eat well enough for Tuesday to be able to hop right into a Wednesday fast. So on Tuesday night, it's like 8 o'clock and my eating window's, closed, and I've now switched over to fasting. So I was like, darn it, I don't know how this is going to affect me, but you know what, we're going to go with it. It is what it is. And obviously I could have done a better job planning and that kind of thing. But we're going to roll with it. So Wednesday or yesterday rolls through. And I'll tell you, I was in such a funk yesterday. I was hungry all day. I was moody. I was just frustrated I was just angry I was just angry and I had like a pity party all day yesterday. So why am I even telling you this? I figured there's a lot of people that can relate. I'm not somebody who was blessed with that most amazing metabolism that can pretty much eat anything and never have to worry about my weight. I've had to worry about my weight since I became an adult. And it frustrates me to see people just eating like crap all day and they're normal weight. And it's like one of these things where I always preach, stay in your own lane. You do you. Well, I was out of my lane all day yesterday, and that's not a good thing to do. Because personally, I don't know their story. I don't know, health issues. I shouldn't even mind what concerns me health-wise has no impact on them, and vice versa. Like how they live their life should not have any impact on how I decide to live mine. So it was this thing where I was mad and angry, and I stayed focusing on everything else but me. So all day I'm hungry, I'm struggling, I am, doing everything I know to do to use the bridge to get through the fasting day. And this morning I woke up with such a sense of clarity. It's so weird because I was mad yesterday. And, having a pity party that I've been doing this for I don't know what my total months, but it's been since February 11th of 2019. So I'm going to say it's a little over a year and a half now. I'm not sure what that translates to months, but I feel like I've just been doing this forever. And it was like this poor pity party thing. And at the same time, I'm like, I can't discount the fact that I've lost 125 pounds within this time. I have to stop worrying about these last 6 pounds and focus on just living. And then I also have to own it. And owning it means you have to do what you have to do, as I like to say, you have to do whatever it takes to get there. And for me, I was mad that I have to do a fasting routine to get there. Now, why did I say all this? First off, the scale moved. I'm not going to say where I'm at because it's the middle of the week. I don't weigh in officially till Monday, but the scale did move, which brought a huge smile back on my face. It shouldn't have, but it did. And plus I still have tomorrow as a fasting day and I have the weekend to get through. So I'm going to maintain this loss that I have today. But the thing is, it's still something that I'm like, I am so tired of doing this weight loss mode thing. I feel like it's almost consumed 2 years of my life. Granted, it took me 17 years to be morbidly obese. So I shouldn't be like comparing apples to apples here. You know, I spent way longer time living that life, and my 2-year fix is really, or less than 2 years, but you know, year and a half, 2 years of fixing it was nothing in comparison of what I did to myself for the past 17 years. So I need to be grateful and I need to own it. And when I say own it, this is where the whole thing made sense. So I haven't been tracking my ketones and glucose levels, I want to say, for months. Like, I whipped out my Keto Mojo for this challenge and I haven't been tracking. So, but I've been complaining about not seeing the scale move. So when I came back from New Hampshire, I spent the summer up there. It was like a 6-7 week vacation, or I should say staycation up there in our cabin. But I had gained, I was down to 193 before we left. Then I got to 190 while I was on vacation for those 6 weeks. And now I've lost 5 of those. I'm not counting the loss for this week. We're still going to go by last week's number. So I got back down to 185. But since I've come back from New Hampshire, I haven't lost, or I haven't gotten back to the weight I was at before I left. So by taking a look at it this way, well, for instance, I did the Move Your Body Challenge for the month of September. I walked like 70 something miles. That should have been worth something, right? So adding to the frustration. So the next thing is, I grabbed the Keto Mojo and I'm looking at my numbers, and I'm not in as deep of a state of ketosis as I thought I was. So it's like you have to find a way and figure out what's happening. I thought I had been eating great, but the numbers aren't really, I mean, the numbers are okay, but they're not in the levels that I was in months ago when the scale was moving consistently. So the first thing is, by tracking my ketones and blood glucose, that might explain why I haven't been able to lose or get back to 183 for a couple, 2 months now, 3 months now, whatever it's been. So that was a little step of insight. And the second thing is, I have to own it, because now that I see those numbers, I know I was having my perception and my reality of what I've been eating hasn't been as good as I think it is. So it could be a multitude of things. Like I tell you, occasionally on the weekends, I go have French fries. That's like the absolute worst thing you can have. Fat and a carb. 2 things together, that's like absolutely the worst thing. So I've been having those often. On the weekends, probably one day of the weekend, we'll go have burgers and French fries. You know, I think, well, it's just a French fry, I'm having no bun. Well, apparently that's had a bigger impact than I thought. Despite walking, you know, like 15, 20 miles of the week, which I thought would make up for the extra potato French fry, it wasn't. It turns out it's not. So, and that's a fact, and that's something that I've got to own. So the first thing off my list going through this weekend is absolutely no French fries. So the next thing is, by looking at those numbers, it gives me insight on the foods that I'm eating and what it's doing to my blood sugar and ketone levels. And the third thing that I want to say is, why was I all emotional and moody this week? I took food away. I'm an emotional eater. I'm a binge eater. I'm a stress eater. All of those things. I took food away, what usually shuts me up. And now all I have left is my emotions. I have to feel. And I felt this week. So it's like, oh my God, that's what's going on here. I was in a crappy mood because my food was taken away. And the food is what has been my demise. You know, it's like, it's you don't get to be 309 pounds and have like this poster child of health and habits. You get to 309 pounds because you made a lot of bad choices. You didn't care. You didn't own it. And you didn't put the work in. So, and then those eating habits are something that define you. So it's like, oh, so I took food away. I got grumpy. And then coincidentally, on another like 3 days into the challenge in the week, Day 4, now I've got the mental clarity to see through all of these things that are operating my day, so that are all impacting my day. So the good news is I felt emotions this week. I pushed through as hard as it was. I pushed through and I didn't give in, and I made new habits. So as much as I'm really not liking the alternate day fasting challenge, let me tell you this, it has been eye-opening, and we're only 8 days into the challenge. So the perception and the reality are not seeing eye to eye. What I think I'm doing and the reality of what I'm doing are totally mismatched. And the other thing is my numbers weren't as good as I thought they were. And I was getting into bad habits without coming to terms or not realizing it. So that's my little recap from Monday through today. And I have another hour left of my fast, and then I'm gonna break it. Obviously today's an eat day, but I don't eat till noon, and I'm not hungry. The funny thing is I woke up, I'm not hungry. I'm in an awesome mood. I feel like making videos because the past 3 days after my weekly weigh-in video, Tuesday, Wednesday, I was not feeling creative. I did not feel inspirational. I did not feel motivational. I felt like just a grumpy girl. So miraculously, as I go through the process of making new habits and becoming who I'm trying to be, it works. And I wake up and I'm happy again. So I'll tell you, I kid you not, you're going to feel things when you take away your crutch of food. If you're an emotional, food dependent person like me, you're going to go through a lot of struggles, and it's going to be so hard. It's going to be something that you're going to want to give in. You're going to want to give up, but just keep fighting and keep pushing, and you can do it, and you're going to get the clarity. You're going to see what's going on. So anyways, that's my little tidbit. I'm going to leave this video with my ketone levels and glucose and all that stuff, and I will show you how I'm going to break a fast. I'm going to make a bone broth soup with sausage and some cabbage, and it's gonna be delicious. So that's lunch today, and I will hopefully be able to post that by tomorrow. But I will see you probably Friday. I'll give you a recap Friday so that we can get into the weekend. Okay, so I'm drinking this green tea and ginger tea, and it's super delicious, and it helps me bridge those times where I really want to give in, but this will help push me past it. So I highly recommend drinking tea. And then put it in a pretty glass like this one. Thank you to Takora Skidmore. She sent me this adorable glass, and I absolutely love it. And I've been drinking my tea in it. So it's just something to look forward to, and it brings a smile to my face and gets me through my fast. Okay, folks, it's time to track our numbers. I just finished my 40-hour fast, and we're going to go ahead and set the machine up here. So we're ready to go. And we will take the numbers. At the beginning of the week, I was not in as deep of a state of ketosis as I'd thought. So it's been interesting to see the numbers improve. So anyways, let's go ahead and do this finger. Do the glucose first. 89. That's a good number. Happy with that. I've been drinking coffee, so it's a little higher when you drink any caffeine. And then ketones next. And then, okay, so we have 1.6. Woohoo! That's awesome. I'm happy about that. That's the level. Those are the numbers that I'm striving for when I'm doing this challenge. Pretty awesome. So anyways, let's go back to the video. I'm Jess. You're watching Keto Rewind. Bye-bye.